Hey, this is Jason Law, and welcome to the Unique Life. I'm so excited because our guest for today is someone who you guys love. Many of you said that episode with him, I think it was on episode 17, Unboxing Bouncing Back, is your favorite. His name is Charles C. He is the CEO of Dropify and Strat Squad. He is the pioneer of drop shipping here in the Philippines. But what happened to him was he lost everything in 2020. So just to give you a background, Charles and I have been friends for a long time, more than a decade. And even before when he was starting, I saw how he struggled in his businesses. He's hardworking, he has a good heart, and yet breakthroughs didn't happen. He wasn't able to achieve his goals. He would close one business to the next, but he persevered until in December 2020 when the pandemic hit that year. I mean, when the pandemic hit 2020, his business boomed. So all of the his past businesses combined, it actually won't compare to the success that he had in 2020. And December 30, he received a phone call from his staff that their warehouse or the warehouse beside them is burning. And eventually, yung warehouse nila burned to the ground. I just found out after a year that he recorded a video of it happening. Amazing.
God is good. God is good, Lord. I just pray, Lord, thank you for this experience. I just want to lift all glory to the Father. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
There's a time when he lost his business, nasunog yung kanyang warehouse, everything wiped out, and he had to start from scratch. And all the years he worked combined, this was his major breakthrough, all to be taken away from him in just one night through that fire. But through that fire also, it built his character and challenged him to be a much better version of himself. So December 30, he was crying. 31, January 1, he had no choice anymore but to get back up again. And then January 2, he was packing again, starting again in a makeshift warehouse. So today, I'm gonna interview again Charles C. after a year to see where he is right now, because that time when I interviewed him, I think it's in episode 17, you will feel that he was still going through the motions because he was. Dahil fresh na fresh pa yon, hindi pa tapos yung mga problema niya. So, like to welcome Charles C. Hey, brother. How are you?
Hello, Jason. Nako, Kuya Jason ba tatawagin ko sa'yo? Oo.
So, sa'yo ang tawag ko, Ninong.
Thank you for having me back to your unique podcast.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for accepting the invitation kaagad, no? And it's really funny because I didn't know you had that video. Yung nag-interview tayo before, 1 year had passed. Nalaman ko lang during a meeting, and then napakita yung video doon. Parang, wow, I was so amazed. Yun yung nangyari, you were praying. So, what happened that time?
Well, when I saw kasi nire-report sa akin yung ng tao ko na, sir, naabutan na tayo, no? I was, throughout the traveling, kasi I was staying in Quezon City, traveling to Bulacan at midnight. I was just praying, Lord, protect me my warehouse ko. Lord, alam ko naman, sa iyo to, ganyan-ganyan, no? So, yung nakita ko, pagdating ko dito, I know. Kasi I was in prayer at that time. So, I know yung faith ko. Sobrang taas ng faith ko talaga dyan. Sa ko, Lord, hindi to accident. And na-remind lang ko, Lord, mabait ka. Ganyan. So, it was really a test of faith for me at that time na kung ano yung magiging reaction ko, ano yung magiging response ko. And during that time, seeing the warehouse burning, no? So, I just, para magkaroon lang ako ng peace, I just prayed. So, prayer lang ako ng pray. Pray lang ako ng pray that time. So, yung ni-record ko yun, na time na sa ko pagpe-pray ko to, naka-record lang. So, it's just one clip, 10, 12 seconds lang. No? So, no drama. I just lift up to the Lord yung mga etong nangyari. No? So, during that time was really a test of the heart. feeling ko, no? So, kung ano lang nasa loob naman ng heart ko, I just speak it out. Yun yung scenario that time.
So, parang, actually, nakwento ko nga sa'yo, I had a speaking engagement 2 days ago. That was my closing. Pinakita ko yung video. Kasi, sales yung audience eh. Tapos, nabamroblema sila sa quota, of course, kung may benta. And then seeing that video, parang nawala lahat yung problema nila. And they feel like yung problem nila is too small compared to that. And it takes a lot of faith, no? And siguro yung awareness lang to have that. Nakwento sa akin before, I don't know kung tama. Did that happen to your dad also?
Okay, sa kanya naman,
Tama, no?
dalawang beses siya nasunugan. No? So, yung nasunog yung tutuban, have you heard of that? I think early 2000s pa no, hindi late mga 2008, 2010 yata, not so sure, no? Nasunog yung tutuban. So, yung business namin nandoon. Pero hindi naman major, no? So, kalat naman yung mga stores namin sa Divisoria. So, nasunugan siya. Tapos, nasunog din yung bahay namin sa Makati. So, that was 1993. So, yun yung pinaka-major na loss namin, yung nasunog yung bahay. Kasi, talaga, dream house namin yun sa Makati. And, in a snap, it's all gone one night. Ganun yun nangyari.
This is not your house now in Makati, no? Ibang bahay ba to?
Hindi na ako doon. Parents ko yung nakatira doon. So, same house, ni-renovate na siya ngayon.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
And you were there when yung nasunog siya?
Oo, I was 10 years old that time. No? Bata pa lahat kami. Yes. So, after that, we moved to Quezon City and the house was rebuilt.
And your dad was also praying or something? Or...
alam
ko eh. May nagkwento sa akin eh. Yeah.
Nakakatawa. No? In-interview siya sa TV Patrol. I forgot din kung ano yung sinabi. So parang nakangiti siya sa TV Patrol, nakangiti siya all that time yung nasusunog. Ibig sabihin ko kasi dad ko was hindi niya pinakita talaga na growing up na feel namin na nag-worry siya sa pera. Okay? Pero alam naman namin kung ano yung capacity niya. Alam din namin kung gaano siya kakuripot, gaano rin siya ka-generous. Okay, so pero never niya pina-feel sa amin na this is a big tragedy, no. So meron siyang alam na rin yata paano bumangon at that time. So very forward looking siya how we would solve the problem.
Ngayon ko lang natandaan actually. I think parang yata, I don't know if he was praying or may kausap siya that's sinabi niya na parang ganun talaga buhay. Parang to that effect, no? And yung nangyari sa'yo, parang in a way, I don't know if that influenced you also to have that kind of perspective. We've known each other for a long time already. Tapos, laging kukwento ka, ito yung business. Tapos, biglang hindi masyadong okay, mahina. Tapos pati pag-ibig na pag-uusapan din natin. Pero blessing na blessing talaga na sawi sa pag-ibig dahil you got the best.
Salamat.
Oo, na kami naman before, siya na rin naman ang iniisip namin.
Ay, buti na
bakit
lang.
hindi? Oo. So, going through all of that, no, na parang ang hirap nung breakthrough. And now, the breakthrough is here. 2020 biglang nawala lahat. So, ano yung parang naramdaman mo that time? Did you go through a pity party na, Lord, bakit wala pa yung blessing? Bakit isasara ko na naman tong business ito tapos start all over again?
A difference nung nasunog, no? I knew from my heart, alam ko yung gagawin ko paano to bounce back. Okay, so I was may courage to fight. May plan right away, may wisdom talaga sa ko. Okay, ganito gagawin ko, no. But there was also fear. I have to face the reality that I have to talk to a lot of people and explain to them na wala silang insurance, yung mga wala insurance, wala rin kayong makukuha, etc. Kasi something like that, no. So I have to explain to them na mahirap talaga yung pinagdaanan ko, journeying with it Pero the courage was there. Ewan ko, si Lord yata nagbigay ng courage sa heart ko to to fight.
Yeah.
Kasi actually, when after the fire, no, we had a dinner with my family and they asked me, Charles, gusto mo pa ba ituloy ito? Kasi clean slate ka eh. This is the time for you to change business or ask yourself, ito ba talaga gusto kong gawin? Kasi
Yung
pag
nasunog,
kinundi,
tinatanong ka nila ng ganon?
so yes, tinanong nila ako. So meron kang clean slate. So gusto mo pa ba ito ituloy? O pwede ka mag-ibang negosyo? Gusto mo ba magpahinga muna? Etc. No? So may choices ako. At that time, I have 70 employees. So sa
Wow.
70 employees ko, so pag nag-no ako at nag-change ako, I have to deal with the employees, etc. etc. Pero sabi ko, hindi, na-build ko na to eh. So nakita ko naman how pinataste sa akin ni Lord kung gaano ka-okay yung negosyo. So naramdaman ko. So I know, so, kung bakit ako mag-back out, I've tasted, it was good. So sabi ko, bounce back tayo. So and I know from the heart ko anong gagawin ko on the next day. So sabi ko, I have the plan naman. So and may ipon ako. Sabi ko, ganito ko papaikutin. And gamay na gamay ko eh. So with the wisdom and the courage, I think the courage was from the Lord. Yun yung basically, it was clear that I have to do it. Walang doubt. Yun yung maganda. Walang option 2. So they were asking me paulit-ulit, gusto mo ba talaga to? Gusto mo ba to or clean slate ka na lang? And I was so confident at that time na fight.
Before that, ano yung makakonsider mo na biggest, kumbaga, failure mo in business? And how did you deal with that compared to this one?
Okay, the difference before ng failures ko, when I close a business, I do not know what to do. Kasi I've done everything and tapos nakita ko yung numbers, walang nangyayari. So I keep going down na hanggang masara yung negosyo. So hindi ko alam yung gagawin ko. That's the failure na nararamdaman ko before. Etong fire na to, iba. So when it hit me, alam ko yung gagawin ko the next day. So may difference siya. So alam ko na yung strategy ko, alam ko na paano ko kakausapin yung empleyado ko, alam ko paano ko papaikutin yung pera ko. Hindi ako na-stuck with the knowledge. Hindi rin ako na-stuck with the strategy. Unlike before, pag nababankrupt na yung negosyo ko, wala akong maisip na. I've done it all. Tapos nag-fail ako. So ngayon, itong failure kong magkaiba is totally different attack.
And you feel nakatulong yung mga failures mo before. Kaya pagdating dito, medyo hindi ka na, nawiwindang ng basta-basta.
Tumapang ako. Oo. Actually, yes.
I love that.
Tatapang ka. Iba eh. At saka, nagiging you learn from it. Hindi, ito sabihin ko, when I face failures before, I always ask, Lord, why? Why again? Diba? Pero itong yung fire, I did not ask why. Meron lang parang, Lord, sayang, kapagod to, Lord, itong ginagawa ko nakakapagod. Pero never ko question yung faith ko, asking Him why did it happen or ganyan. So, tanggap ko eh. Yun yung maganda. Tanggap ko siya, kaya ako may resilience, naka-bounce back ako kaagad. Sabi ko, wala na, move on na ako dito. At wala na to. So, kahit yung mga credit terms ko na kailangan ko bayaran, di ba, sunog na ako. So, yung iba may terms ako doon. I have to pay succeeding months eh. Ito, Jason, ito maganda, no? I never beg for money. I paid everything on time. Galing ni Lord, ah. So, kahit sunog yung produkto, I was paying the terms na ipo-fulfill ko kasi that's the, isipin mo, no? Just to give you a short story, no? Nag-usap din kami ng family ko. Anong gagawin mo? Yung cash flow mo? Wala kang negosyo. Chinese New Year yan eh. Walang trabaho rin sa China, walang nag-import. So sabi nila, kausapin mo lahat ng supplier mo, pa-hold mo lahat ng cheque, wag mo bayaran. Sabihin mo na sunugan ka. May wisdom, di ba?
Yeah.
If you ask me, no? Pero pag titingnan mo behind that story, behind that payo, pero alam mo yung credit terms ko sa supplier ko, 180 days, 240 days. Sabi ng tatay ko, walang magpapautang na sa'yo ng ganyan ka, no? Blessing na gift na ni Lord sa'yo yan.
Mm.
Sino bang magpapautang sa'yo ng 180 days, 240 days? Ganyan ang credit terms ko sa Divisoria. So sabi ko, nga no, sabi ko, Lord, pabayaran ko to. Kasi kung hindi ko sila binayaran, gagawin nila akong cash on delivery.
Wait. Ibig mo sabihin yung mga terms mo sa kanila, 180 days?
240 days
Wow. Ito yung mga suppliers mo from China,
from local.
from local. How are you able to do that?
Ito. Okay. Ito,
Everyone, mag-iibang topic tayo ngayon.
okay. So, ganito yan. No? How did I do that? It's because of my dad. Yung name ng tatay ko from sa Divisoria since 1970s.
Amazing.
He kept a business and life with integrity.
Wow.
So he paid. Okay. So he paid on time. He paid in cash. Never delay. Always on time. So kami second generations na kami. Kahit ibang kapatid ko, I think can have the same credit line because of what my dad did. Wala naman ako sa Divisoria na eh. Pero when I get products from them, they give me credit terms. Maikli na yung 120 days. Maikli na yun.
That's crazy.
The impact of what my dad did na pass on sa amin. So kahit mangutang kami magkakapatid, I think we will have the same credit line because we did the same, we never extended check. So isipin mo, nasunugan kami. I paid them on time. Hindi ko alam paano ginawa ni Lord. So hindi ko alam paano naikot ko yung cash flow. So what we only have, I just paid them month per month. No extension, not asking to beg money. Kaya alam ko ibig sabihin ko, alam ko Lord, protectado. Nakita ko yung what money I have, how will I be able, masusustain ko to for how many months? Paano ko mas sasahuran yung tao ko? Kasi sabi ko, I have to bounce back right away. Kundi, sayang yung pasahod eh. So, kahit zero income kami, walang cash flow, pinasahod ko yung mga tao. So, may ipon eh. Kaya nga sabi ko, sabi ko, Lord, na-taste ko yung goodness mo. That's why I know, kahit maubos ako, I know kaya ko mabawi to. Okay, so, something like that.
You know, ito yung nakikita ko, no? Kaya ngayon alam mo na kung bakit Ninong ang tawag ko sa'yo.
Huwag gago.
Una, I think it was my brother-in-law who said this, yung mga battle scars. Diba, pag may scar ka sa gera, astig ang dating mo eh. Pero merong pang mas matinding scar yung mga battle scars natin from our experiences. Sa negosyo, meron din tayong battle scars. So yung mga battle scars mo, naging matapang ka using that word, no? Ganda nun kasi sa negosyo or sa buhay, kailangan matapang tayo Dahil may mga bagay na may encounter ka that are really difficult, the challenges, and sometimes yung tapang mo hindi pa nag-equate, hindi pa equivalent ng challenges, and you'll only be able to do that over time. Tapos pag merong isang bagay na bigger than you, hindi mo alam yung courage mo nandun na to match that challenge, and you become a bigger person in the process. And then the second, I love that, no? Kasi it's unheard of 120 days. Sabi mo, no? 240 days?
8 months.
My goodness, 8 months. Kumbaga, nagnegosyo ko pa, parang ganun no?
Naawa ka sa supplier ko.
Hindi siya magbibigay ng ganyan kung wala siyang relationship sa inyo. Right. Or yung parang utang na loob yung dating. So I think kaya yan ang dapat ituro ng mga parents sa mga anak nila, no matter what happens. Take care of your name. Bible also talks about that, diba? A good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. Hindi lang siya inheritance, pero yung inheritance rin ng kanilang pangalan. So that's really a fantastic story, no? And then yung pangatlong nakita ko, yung sinasabi mong ipon. Dati ba yung nagnenegosyo ka, wala ka masyadong ipon, kaya pag na-bankrupt, parang nandun na lahat? Or how were you able to fund it? Dahil ba yung business mo ngayon, it's better and more profitable?
Okay, so ngayon, na-learn ko rin na pag nag-start out, yes, sorry po.
By the way, kaya ko to tinatanong kasi ako, yung mga experiences ko before, no? Yung mga nalugi, nawalan talaga kami ng pera. So yung pandemic, ready din ako. Kahit na hindi ako mag-work, I'm ready because of what happened in the past. So I wanna learn, I wanna know your situation naman, paano mo siya napaghandaan dahil mahirap paghandaan yung isang bagay na nasunog lahat at nawala, na wipe out ka.
Yes. So, because of the experience na rin at saka because of maturity, I think, no, dati nung nag-start ako, yes, all in. Mahilig ako mag-all in. Ang maganda, pa nag-all in ako, bata pa ako. So, ibig sabihin ko, hindi naman gano'ng kalaki yung pera ko that time. Hindi naman milyon-milyones na isusugal ko or ganyan. So, nag-start ako ng isang, example ko, nag-start ako ng isang trading company, etc. So, yung risk ko, maliit lang, kaya naman mabawi. So, happy-go-lucky lang ako. Hindi ko rin alam, dati ang mga question ko pag nagne-negosyo, kailan magsasabi na stop na yung negosyo? O kailan ko masasabihin mag-quit ako ng negosyo? Hindi ko alam paano sagutin yan noon. Okay, ngayon marunong na ako. Ibig sabihin ko, dati, very parang happy-go-lucky lang. Just kung ano binigay ni Lord, ganyan-ganyan. Very spiritual pag nagne-negosyo ako. Walang wisdom paminsan. So, hindi ako marunong mag-answer kung when to quit. So right now, and na-imagine ko, business is just a tool din. No? It's just a way na kung ginagamit ni Lord na channel to bless, for us to be a blessing to other people as well. No? So we get wealth in order to bless other people. Okay, so at the end of the day, nung na-realize ko na, ay, hindi lang talaga, ibig sabihin ko yung marunong na may wisdom na hindi ito yung identity ko, na hindi porket success yung yung negosyo ko is tumataas yung identity, tumataas yung value ko as a person, hindi na. So marunong na mag-say no. So it takes time din, maturity. It's just a tool, it's just any other. We treat it like as a person din, pero we nurture it, we pero hindi yan yung buhay ko. So if you if na it takes time, maturity of the heart to know when it's time to let go. Yun lang yung, yeah. Mahirap din yan. Mahirap din yan. Ano yun?
Isa ang ibig sabihin nun, tumatanda ka na. Tumatanda
Medyo,
na tayo.
Tumatanda. Actually, sa tingin ko, by age din yan, no? I think it's a learning process din. Wala namang mali. Pero, in season and in time, you will realize that there is a time for everything.
Yeah, especially if you have kids already, parang ako personally, I would sacrifice everything for my kids. So now you see na parang hindi pala ito yung pinaka-importante. Meron pa palang mas importante pa, and we want to, in a way, have clarity so that we're doing things you've mentioned, tool yan, so that we can pursue the greater things in life. Alam mo, ano nakikita ko ngayon sa'yo? Para kang, yung in-interview kita before 1 year ago, fresh na fresh yun eh. Yung nagsasalita ka, parang bawat sentence mo may goosebumps. So, ang difference ngayon naman, it's like you have so much peace na parang wala kang problema. Although alam natin na ng lahat na you're expanding, there are more challenges. What I see is, before, para kang titira ng game-winning shot, hindi mo alam kung papasok o hindi, so kinakabahan ka. Ngayon, parang na-shoot mo na siya. So, ngayon, parang nag-champion ka na, and then you're gonna defend your championship. But going back to our interview when you lost everything, nasunog lahat, so yung time na yon, without really knowing na now magdo-double yung business mo, lalaki pa, now you have more opportunities. So can you go back to that time na pinagdadaanan mo siya?
Wow, sobrang tough yan, no? As in, there were so many uncertainties. We live day by day. So, walang pinagkaiba ko, Jason, sa ibang mga negosyante. I face the same problems with any other people, any other businessman. Tapos, ang difference pa sa akin, I was so limited. Ibig sabihin ko, wala akong abundance that time. So I move to what, I just work with what I have. And patience, humility, na humble talaga ako. Nasigawan ako ng mga tao, na I have to humble myself.
Feeling mo
Nagsusorry
ba
ako kahit
Charles, feeling mo yung nagiging successful ka, yumabang ka ng konti?
meron. Meron.
Hmm.
Kasi konti lang naman. So, so natutuwa ako kasi sabihin ko na, there was a time na talagang people were recognizing me. I was being invited. Nasulat pa ako sa book. Nasulat pa ako sa mga dyaryo. Meron akong book, part ako. Tapos kasabi ko, sila CEO ng Globe, CEO ng ganyan. Tapos nandun ako. Tapos sabi ko, nare-recognize na ako ng mga tao. Tapos in-invite mo ko as sa podcast mo. Ma-invite lang sa Jason Lona podcast. Nagiging viral. Biro lang ha. Pero
Halatang
ibig sabihin,
no? Halatang nambabola ka kasi tinatanong ko bago masunog eh. In-interview ko yung nasunog na eh.
tapos when I speak, people pay. Sabi ko, merong, ibig sabihin ko na-realize ko rin na meron. Honestly,
This
meron.
was before the fire, no?
This was
Before it
before the
happened.
fire.
Yeah.
Medyo sumikat ako in short. Just to give you panong sikat, okay, data namin. So we previously had 8 clients before the pandemic. During the pandemic, we shoot up to 4,000 clients. So
Wait.
in
8 clients to 4,000
1,000,
during the
4,000.
pandemic 2022 in less than 1 year. Okay.
So pumunta
Continue.
ako noong 2020. So talagang naging mabango ako. Mabango ako sa industriya ng e-commerce, no? Siyempre, tapos pag may nagpa-picture sa'yo, paminsan, sabi ko, minsan nga nakita na ako, may naglalakad sa mall. Sorry, nagkukwento na ako, hindi ako nagyayabang.
Hey, go ahead.
Naglalakad lang ako sa mall, sa V-Mall, tapos may nakitang sales lady. Napanood yata ako sa YouTube ni Marvin Germo. So tawag niya sa akin, si Mr. Dropshipping, oh. Sabi ko, so may mga ganun nang isa. Sabi ko, nakikilala na ako, something like that. Pero syempre, at that time, ibig sabihin ko, yes, may konti, pero hindi naman to the point na sana hindi naman na-feel ng mga friends and family ko na nag-iabang ako. Pero I
kasi
feel,
feeling ko parang with a person like you, hindi ka talaga magiging mayabang because that's not you Pero internally, meron kang, it can get to your head di ba? Yung meron kang internal pride na hindi mo lang sinasabi sa ibang tao, pero internally, kaya ko to, magaling ako. So, I think lahat tayo dumadaan sa ganon. Pero for someone na walo yung kliyente mo, naging 4,000, di ba? And then you get all of this attention. Tapos sabi mo kasi, hinumble ka. So, yung yabang na yon parang while you were going through it, what made you say na you were humbled by God when the fire happened?
Yes, comparing my heart now and comparing it to early 2020s, magka-different. So, hindi ko nasabi sa'yo na but right now, my heart is totally surrendered to the Lord. Hindi lang surrendered, ibig sabihin ko, Lord, you lead me where you want me to go.
Yeah.
Ganun na yung scenario. Dati, parang, Lord, business partners tayo where you go, I go. Where I go, you come with me. Diba? Parang, yung tag-along, ganyan tayo, Lord. So, kasi ganun yung mindset naman talaga. Parang, let's be realistic. Let's be realistic of how we do things, no? So, we earn money, we earn so much money, tapos we just give our typical Christian answers, we give our tithes, we ganyan-ganyan, no? Pero ngayon, yung heart ko, it's very different. It's yung purpose of why I do business right now is to honor and glorify Him and to bless other people. Sabi ko, Lord, kasi kinuha mo na So, alam ko na how it feels. So, if you want to take it again, it's okay, Lord. Hindi ako magsasama ng loob. Kasi sa iyo na to So, the difference nung dalawang heart ko, pagko-compare ko, yes, na-humble talaga ako ngayon. And in more of, pagsasabihin mo, ako dati serial entrepreneur talaga ako. Ngayon, baby, if you describe me as an entrepreneur, it's faith-driven. So, hindi ayaw ko gawin spiritual, pero it's more of I follow what the Lord wants me to do. So, ganun na yung ano ko. So, yung principles in the Bible, sabi ko nga, before tayo nag-usap, I move in abundance. So, pag may kumopya sa akin, okay lang. Focus lang ako sa sarili ko kasi hindi ko naman makontrol yan eh. Nilagay naman ni Lord yan eh. Okay, so if I can be a blessing to others, if that's their only opportunity, support them. Okay, but at the end of the day, hindi na yung pera-pera lang. Dahil kinopya mo ko, hindi na tayo friends. Hindi na ako ganyan. So, iba na yung heart ko before, iba na yung heart ko ngayon.
I wanna get to that in a while, no? Yung isa kasing tumatak sa akin before, sabi mo, paulit-ulit mo siyang sinasabi. I don't know if you remember it, na God is in control. God is in control. During the time when wala pa lahat, dahil nga nawala lahat. So wala pang results, it's still uncertain. And then now you're saying that yung dalawang hearts mo, no, magkaiba yung before, from a serial entrepreneur to now someone who is a faith-driven entrepreneur. Yun ba yung yung term na ginamit mo?
Yeah.
And then while you're going through that, may fear, may syempre, hindi naman mawawala yon. For those who are probably experiencing the same thing right now, sa mga tao kasi na, let's say, hindi mo pa siya napagdadaanan. Kunyari, you're a successful businessman. May nagtanong sa'yo, how can I become successful? Okay, ito lang yan. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Kasi sinasabi mo, in a sense, from your experiences na you're successful. Eh. Pero pag pinagdaanan mo na yung pinagdaanan mo, nag-fail ka, nawala lahat, paano ba maging successful? Alam mo, ganito kasi yan. So, alam mo kung ano yung pinagdadaanan nila, where they're coming from. So, let's say, you're talking to someone who is really down right now, hirapan sila. Ano yung, kumbaga, heartfelt message that you can say to them to encourage them, and also for them not to lose hope?
Basta ito, verse sa Bible, no? Psalms 34, verse 8 to 10. Short lang naman, no? Sabi dito, taste and see that the Lord is good. Oh, the joys of those who take risk. For those who fear Him will have all they need. Even strong young lions sometimes go hungry, but those who trust in the Lord will not lack anything. So, sinasabi lang doon sa heart na sinulat ni David, no? Even strong lions go hungry. Pero once you put your trust in the Lord, you will not lack anything. Yun yung sabi ko, Jason, no? Ito yung maganda. Sunog ako. So, yung nasunog yung warehouse ko, alam ko may bayarin akong ganitong amount in the next few months. Kasi 240 days yung terms ko eh. So, may 150 days akong terms, may 180 days terms ako, may 240 days ako.
Papaampo na ako sa inyo, ha? Gagawin ko ng Jason Lossi ang apelido ko. Kasi ganyan tuloy mo.
So, nung January, I know na by April, may checking akong magugod. Kasi naka-issue na siya eh. So, yun yung point there. So, there was so much uncertainty. Tapos, wala akong negosyo. So, tapos sabi ko, wala paparating pala ako, kailangan ko mag-purchase everything, no? And looking at it now, I realize, no, when God gives us a problem, hindi naman hindi ka binigyan ka problema, solvable. Okay, that's what I can promise you, solvable siya. Ang problem lang is sometimes we get too emotional. Sometimes we depend on our own capabilities. Okay? So, doon tumapang yung faith ko. Actually, tumapang talaga yung faith ko na sabi ko, bahala ka na, Lord. Okay? Basta, mapapakain ko pa rin yung kanin, yung mga anak ko ng dinoradong kanin. Sabi ko, ibig sabihin ko, sustain mo kami, Lord, ah. Hindi naman kami, ito maganda, no? We know ourselves, no? Hindi kami, very simple kaya ko. Hindi ako yung, I may say I'm a good steward. Kuripot ako. Sobrang mindset ko na talagang, Binabago
Kuripot in a
naman ito
good
ni
way.
Lord.
Kuripot in a good way.
Ipot in a good way. Okay, sabi nga nila, I know how to handle money. Typical Filipino-Chinese to. So hindi naman kami luxurious living, ganyan-ganyan, etc. Hindi naman ako gumagas. So we were able to sustain. Ano lang, kung ano yung tama lang sa amin, God provided. So yan, until now, amazed na amazed ako of how kasi ganito lang ako, maraming strategies when doing business. So may 2 for 40 days ka. Anong pwede mo gamitin na credit? So how can you maximize those terms? Bayaran mo lang, utang ka ulit, bili ka lang ng goods, ikutin mo lang. So maraming ways of how doing it. Kasi matagal naman eh. Pag nakita mo naman yung market, nung binenta mo siya, mabilis yung ikot ng pera. Pero ang risky lang, syempre, sagad-sagad ka yung cash flow mo. Pero may wisdom naman binibigay sa'yo si Lord eh. Sabi ko nga, when I humbled down, nakita ko yung fear ni Lord. Lord, sa'yo pala lahat to, no? But because of that, sabi nga, godly fear produces wisdom. And wisdom produces wealth. So, sabi ko, at the end of the day, the next day, hindi ko naman alam kung sino magiging kliyente ko. Hindi ko na alam kung masasustain ako. Basta, alam ko negosyo may ups and downs. That's for sure. And how do you react on those down time and how do you react on those high time? So ibig sabihin ko, huwag kang emotional pag nasa negosyo ka kasi talaga may ups and downs yan. So kung na-down ka, how would you react? Si Lord naman yan at the end of the day. Si Lord naman. So you just put your faith on Him para hindi masyado emotional and very strong ka when you make decisions.
Yeah. Yung sinasabi natin before, no? In religious circles or church circles, si God is my partner. Pero if you will look at it, hindi mo naman partner si God eh. Si God yung may-ari din ng business natin. He owns everything eh. So if you know that God owns it, nasunog, Lord, nasunog eh. Anong gagawin mo ngayon sa business mo? And then we are just managers of His business. And of course, the resources that we are given. Gusto ko rin kasing maintindihan ng mga tao na parang we should not make excuses. Maybe you're listening to this. Well, I'm not like you. I don't have the resources. I don't have that much terms. Ako, masimple lang kami. Ito yung negosyo ko. Paano ko siya bubuhayan kung wala akong ngayon resource? Remember, Charles is also describing a business that's huge, which meant that he had more losses, more challenges. Imagine from 8 to 4,000. Ilang tao yung kausap mo ng mga, di ba? Sinusupplyan nyo yung mga clients. So, I love what you said eh, na wisdom eh. The fear of the Lord, dun nang gagaling yung wisdom, and through wisdom, that's where we can create wealth. So in whatever situation you are in, it's not really making excuses, but it's learning from our situation and knowing that we can only acquire wisdom if God is there with us in that situation. Hindi lang siya knowledge, no? Experiences, but a supernatural form of wisdom. Alam mo, kahit isang araw yata tayo dito, lahat, ang dami. I wanna ask you so many things, no? The thought process, what you were going through. It's a great case study na ano yung ginawa mo first week, second week, third week, fourth week, paano ka naka-bounce back again. But I want to ask this one question, babalikan ko yung sinabi mo kanina. No? You mentioned that may mga kumopya sa'yo before when you were doing the business. And I know that when you lost everything, there were also some groups who, in a way, copied the system and it affected your business. So, ano yung naging experience mo and how were you able to navigate those times even with these people?
Siyempre, first human reaction talaga may battle scars, may sugat, no? So, it's a process na you have to learn and undergo experience. Kasi lahat naman ng negosyo, ito yung totoo, lahat ng negosyo na profitable, kung merong kokopyahin yan. Okay. Pero ito na-realize ko at the end of the day, no? Kasi nga negosyo ni Lord yan. Madali sabihin na negosyo ni Lord yan. Pero minsan hindi natin maintindihan. There are times pag ang isang bagay hindi natin naiintindihan, we tend to question it.
Yeah.
So when we tend to question it, ang nangyayari is sometimes hindi na yung reasoning natin is not ano pa tawag dito? Is not so reasonable. Okay. So nagkakaroon ng hurt. Well, yes. Pero pag titignan mo naman in a bigger picture, wala kang magagawa naman dyan eh. So, sabi ko nga, but in the Bible, no, ang maganda dito, no, sabi ko nga, ang mission vision namin, God changes my mission and vision. Dati, ano ba talaga mission mo? Ano ba talaga vision ng company mo? So, pag kinopya ka na iba, nagbabago ba yung mission and vision of why you do your business? Yun ang question sa sarili mo. Why do you do these things? Babalik din sa mga question na, ano ba talaga purpose mo? So, if na-discarril ka sa purpose mo, it's not really your purpose. Kasi, ibig sabihin ko, yung in-entertain mo yung mga thoughts na alam mo namang yung sagot dyan is normal lang naman talaga yan sa lahat ng negosyo. Ibig sabihin ko, merong industry, kaya kami comparative ng mga competitors natin, etc., etc. So, just be reminded of why you want to do the business. So, kung nakadedicate naman yung business mo kay Lord, alam naman ni Lord na nandyan yung competitor. Alam naman ni Lord kung sino kokopya sa'yo next month. Alam naman ni Lord kung sino tutumba ng negosyo, sino mabubuhay ng negosyo, gano'ng katagal yung lifespan ng negosyo natin. Hindi naman nasusurprise si Lord. No? Pero once you dedicate it to the Lord, na Lord, I know you are in control. So no matter what sino kumopya sa'yo or nawala man yung negosyo mo, it's okay. I work because you've placed me here, you've given me the responsibility, and this is not my identity. You are my identity.
What if yung
sense?
mga kumapi sa'yo ng mga competitors are people, close to you? How are you able to how does one manage it? Na syempre, tao lang naman tayo, sometimes we may feel betrayed or yung relationship, let's say, close friends kayo, nagkaroon ng lamat. So, in your opinion, ano yung best ways to manage a situation like that and yet still have a sense of parang, trying to mend those bridges that's supposed to be burnt already?
Magandang question. Mahirap sagutin. The best answer that I can give is basta ito lang yung never mong gagawin. Huwag kang magre-rebelde. Ayun lang. Kasi papasok talaga sa isip mo to revenge. Papasok sa isip mo na re-rebelde ka.
Wow.
Sa Panginoon or sa tao. Yun yung wag na wag lang gagawin. So maraming ideas papasok sa utak mo, maraming scenarios, pero yung unang hurt na response is magrebelde ka or bawian mo to. Okay? Yun yung worst case na thing. Kasi yun yung normal response ng isang tao. Bawian mo yung hurt mo. Okay? It is, i-solve mo yung feeling mo. So I think it's a common scenario. Hindi mo kakausapin yung tao, hindi ka mag-a-attend ng, sabihin natin, reunion ng family just to make a statement, or maglalabas ka sa media, magsasabi ka ng bad things about that person, etc., etc., no? So, yun yung never mong gagawin. Yun yung natutunan ko. Okay, so how do you deal with it? Healing comes in time, diba? May time process naman yan. So, give it some time. Second, you just dig on the word. Kasi God will reveal day by day kung ano dapat yung response ng heart mo. So, yes, tinira kayo. So, ano response mo? Bawian mo. Ganun lagi, di ba? Pero no, there's more to
Isang
that.
araw,
No?
babuyout din kita yung mga ganong perspective, no? Yeah, yeah.
No, we move it. Sabi ko, the best message na learn ko dyan is move with abundance. So,
Love it.
so if you move in abundance, you will have peace. Kasi at the end of the day, these things are not in your control. Pero if you move in abundance, people would, ibig sabihin ko, you will just thrive. You will just see your purpose of why you're doing it. Very, very missional o yung negosyo mo. Alam mo naman kay Lord to. Okay? Si Lord hindi naman nagsabi na dapat bawian mo lahat ng bagay, no? Ang importante at the end of the day is how can you be redemptive? How can you bless other people? How can you show the love of Christ despite of these things happening to you? Very hard, very easy to say, hard to do. Okay. So ngayon, so at the end of the day, Lord, itong negosyo ko, how can it show the love of Christ to other people? How can it be a blessing? Hindi na ako, Lord, take, gain everything and they will die. So hindi na gano'n. No? At the end of the day, kasi dati ang heart ko, Lord, sige lang, lalabanan ko to. Pagkagalingan ko gagalingan ko yung sarili ko para mamatay yung competitors ko.
Yeah.
Ganyan yung mindset. Pero sabi naman at the end of the day, hindi mo man control yung negosyo eh. Anong papatay mo yung negosyo yan? Pero what you do is you move in abundance. You show the love of Christ.
Paano ka umabot sa ganung point na from before yung sinasabi mo, this is you, of course, natural tendency to fight, to do your best to overcome the competition and moving to abundance. Kumbaga, syempre, minsan naiisip mo din yan, no? Seeing the challenges around you. But how were you able to move to that point where you chose and you decided, I will move in abundance?
It's a journey. So, my heart, alam mo ganito, meron isang pastor na during the pandemic, nag-preach. Sabi ko, wow, ang ganda ng preaching niya. Sa Zoom lang to, sabi ko, I want that kind of heart. So, tapos 2 years ago, I was introduced. Actually, ito yung Move by Abundance. Narinig ko to sa podcast ni sino ba to? Yung engineer na Sky, si Slater Young. Okay. In-interview niya si Kenneth Copenpue. Just ano. So ang tanong kay Kenneth Copenpue, sobrang dami kumokopya ng furniture mo. Okay. So how do you deal with it? Dinidemanda mo ba sila? Tanong ni Slater Young kay Kenneth Copenpue. And he said the word abundance. Kasi sabi niya, nabibless naman ako eh. Okay? So, and ano ba yung puso na line, yung parang the best way to parang ma-flatter is through imitation, something like that. I forgot. Ano ba yung word na yun? Sentence yan? You might know it, no?
Yeah,
but it's a saying.
The best form of flattery is imitation.
Yeah, something like that. No? So, sabi he moves in that, may peace siya. And when I heard that, it struck something in me. Tapos when I talk to other people, to other businessmen in faith, they always say the word abundance, move in abundance. So sabi ko, shucks, yeah, ito yung nare-remember ko na something that I have to change in my heart. No? Pero I heard it from a podcast din. So, and I'm applying it now. And I see it's very different when I move in that perspective. Walang galit, walang hate, support pa minsan. Ganun lang. Pero kasi wala ka naman magagawa eh. Wala kang magagawa. Yeah.
Ang hirap lang di ba? Parang yung energy mo napupunta sa bagay na hindi ka nakafocus tuloy sa business mo, napupunta sa bagay na, it's not productive at all. But saying it and thinking it is different from really doing it and experiencing it. And I know a lot of people would be ministered by what you're sharing. Kasi madami, yan ang intention eh. They're doing something for the wrong reasons. Diba? Yung mga nagbi-business na to prove to their parents that they can make it. So, start pa lang yung business mo, mali na yung foundation eh. And even if you become successful already, you won't be happy. Kasi sino ba naman yung taong magiging happy ka dahil you wanna prove yourself to someone, and it never stops kasi there will be other people in your business who's gonna be better than you. So what are you gonna do? Prove yourself to them again. Kaya yung thought process and going through the notions, no, yun yung yun yung really challenge. But understanding the foundations would be the solution to it. So ngayon, yung business from zero, 2020 to I heard, no, 2021, 2022, you showed me your yung picture ng bagong warehouse niyo rin na nag-double siya. What was the process from zero? Parang laging sinasabi ni Simon Cowell sa American Idol na from zero to hero.
So, kung tatanungin mo ako, no, what I did is this lang, no. Basically, I work with what I have. So, kung ano lang yung pera ko, pinaikot lang natin ang pinaikot.
And na-deplete yan, yung nag-start, yung 2020.
Oh, deplete yan. So, for example, ko 45 days wala kaming income because Chinese New Year, di kami makapag-import and sunog yung business namin.
Wala kang mabibenta.
Oh, so we have to pay the employees salary. Kasi kung nag-stop ako, they will leave. They will look for another job.
You didn't, you retained everyone.
I retained everyone.
Great. Okay.
So tapos may mga plans kami. We just, parang nakakatawa nga, no? mga kliyente sa parang hindi kayo nasunugan. Ganun yung response sa amin. We were very visible. Nagbebenta pa rin kami ng serbisyo namin sa mga YouTube namin, sa mga social media, pero wala kami close. Big sabi ko, we've made our presence felt in the pero it's still tough. So eto nga, Jason, maganda, no? So we just move until now. Sabi ko, it's not all garden and roses, no? Still now we face challenges like anyone else.
Yeah.
Walang dito, walang hype. Hindi ako nagsasabi na we've doubled our warehouse because of this one, no? Oh, we doubled our warehouse. Totoo, nag-double yung warehouse namin, pero yung first 2 months namin, wala kami rack sa sahig kami nagtatrabaho. Wala Walang importation After 45 days, tsaka kami nag-import on the 90th day, tinatayo pa lang yung racks namin. So lahat kami sa sahig. Simple as that. Wala kaming lamesa.
Galing.
Wala. So, mahirap siya. Tapos, syempre, yung funds ko, hanggang ganito na yung limit. Okay, so we have to help other people din na nasunugan. Ito yung masakit, Jason. No? While going through the pain, I've done this a year, no? Hindi naman ako yung nag-cause ng sunog, di ba? So nahawa lang yung warehouse natin sa kapitbahay na nasunog, no? Pero ang treat sa akin, ako yung may utang. Ako yung may utang.
Treatment ng sino? Yung mga suppliers?
Suppliers. May treatment sila na kailangan mo, ganyan. Sabi ko, okay, but we did what we have to do, no? We moved to bless them. So kahit, basta in my heart, hindi naman ako may fault. So I will still bless you. Kahit na sa contract natin, hindi kita kailangan i-bless, you have to get your own insurance kasi produkto mo yan, etc.
So yung mga nagalit, for example, out of all of your clients, ilan % dun yung parang, nagkaroon ng friction?
Mga 25%. 20 to 25%.
Uy, malaki yun 25%. So
yung iba naman nakaintindi.
Yung mga usually nakakaintindi yung mga malalaki no. Yung mga hindi nakakaintindi yung mga medyo smaller. I don't know if that was your experience.
Both.
Okay.
Basta ito na-realize ko. Basta may pera involved and iba yung values ng heart ng tao. Iba feeling niya kahit mayaman yan or mahirap, same heart.
Yeah.
So nagbabago sila. So I've talked to yung mga micro sellers, I've talked to yung medyo mga, alam mo, multi-millionaires, same words na malabas sa heart nila. Okay? So it doesn't really, basta feel nila na hurt sila, nagrabyado sila, kahit fortuitous event, wala akong maano. So I have to humble down and say sorry to them, etc. etc.
Alam mo, I wanna just share this yung mga ano natin, viewers and our listeners. You
Hmm.
are now attending a business masterclass. So, nakikita nyo, no, yung mga behind the scenes, what's happening. Naglabas ako ng isang video sa TikTok. So I was able to gather yung mga statistics na ilan yung percent yung nade-depress na nagnegosyo, masakit ang magnegosyo. Lahat kasi pag sinabing business, di ba? Parang heaven and earth, ito yan,
Hmm.
maraming mga, especially if they're trying to sell something. Pero masakit magnegosyo eh. Business is not for everyone. Again,
Hmm.
but the rewards would be really promising, that lessons that you will learn, it will be yours and yours forever. The experience, it's second to none. But that's reality eh. Yung mga hinaharap natin ngayon. So yung mga kausap mo ng mga tao talking about masterclass, paano mo sila kinausap? Paano ano yun? Parang yan ba yung time na kailangan medyo firm ka, or yung time na parang Puss and Boots sa Shrek, yung mga cat eyes na mukha kang alam mo mabait na mabait.
Hmm.
So anong ginawa mo na?
Hindi, kuya sa akin, natutunan ko na, wag mo lang gagalitin. Ito mga lessons in life ko, no? So when someone is angry at you, wag mo silang gagalitin lalo.
Nasa Bible yan.
Mm. Ano sa Bible ba yan?
Yung parang wag mo nang paabutin sa korte, di ba? Pag-usapan nyo na kagad.
Something like that. So,
Yeah, yeah.
okay. So when I talk to them, whether it's Zoom or personal,
Mm,
kahit alam ko panalo naman ako, correct yung statements ko, etc.
yeah.
I tell them I'm sorry, nasunugan din ako.
Mm,
Nire-remind ko lang ulit yung conversation na yung kapitbahay ng
mm,
in-inspect naman tayo, wala talagang fault, na hawa lang tayo.
mm.
So, but I still feel sorry for them kasi I know how it feels for them. And ganun din, sabi ko rin, ganun din i-react ako initially. Para lang makiside ako.
Yeah, yeah.
Kasi na-feel ko, ako rin naman may habol dapat sa kabila eh. Something like that. But I keep reminding them na sana after this conversation, ma-hi hello kita. Pero minsan iba talaga, hindi mo na ma-hi hello.
Hanggang ngayon
Eh,
Hanggang ngayon
meron. May iba.
Mm,
Iba pananaw. Iba
mm.
pananaw. So that's why nga makikita mo, people have different values. Lalo yung mga kanegosyo mo na wala naman kayong relationship.
Yeah.
Yan. So may iba, medyo mahihiya pa sa'yo kasi may relationship kayo eh. Pero may mga iba kaming nakanegosyo na wala naman, di naman talaga nila ako kilala eh. So
Mm.
minsan they judge me, etc. Well, it's okay. Ganun naman talaga life. Hindi iba-iba yung pananaw. Hindi ko naman control yung tao. So we have to deal with it and just move on.
Nakaranas ka ng mga masasakit na salita?
Mm.
Nasigawan ka? Namura ka?
Oo. Mura hindi naman.
Okay.
Kasi at the end of the day, ang gusto nila settle. Ang
Yeah.
words na ginagamit ko, wala naman akong liability, so I will help you.
Yeah,
So,
because it's their responsibility to
yes,
insure it, di ba?
exactly. So wala akong responsibility to settle with them. Ang approach ko is, I will help you. What help do you need? Ayan. So
Yeah.
different perspectives kami, etc. So may side contract very clear, may orientation. Wala kaming pagkukulang, yun naman yung maganda. But you have to face different points of view. You have to face different opinions.
Mm.
So mag-humble down ka lang talaga. Lahat naman nadadaan sa usapan eh. Basta, yan yung na-learn ko. Dati, sabi ko, Jason, no, when I was talking to my brothers, sabi ko, shucks, takot talaga ako. Sabi ko, mumurahin ako nito. Sabi ko, mumurahin ako talaga nito. Nakita ko kasi how that person reacted.
Mm.
So, Lord, bigyan mo ko tapang. So, mga kapatid ko, kaya mo yan! Kausapin mo lang yan! Ganyan. Pero pag nandyan na talaga, minsan nanginginig na yung labi ko. Kasi iinis na ako. Pero, Lord, huwag mo gagalitin na isang taong mainit ng ulo every time I talk to someone. So, may wisdom on that one. So,
Meron akong ka-meeting yung dating nag-closing business namin. Yan kasi importante black and white. Tapos, you didn't promise anything. This is the business. Tapos, if it closes, this is gonna be both our liabilities. The problem kasi with others nang nangyayari, yung business na pinag-invest nila, hindi siya investment lang Parang inutang nila yung pera. So, that's a different setup. So, meron ako isang kausap, hindi ko makakalimutan to. Tagal ko na hindi pumunta ng Cafe Adriatico. Ito, yun yung last time. And this was probably parang 15 years ago yata.
Okay.
Meeting kami, dami niya in order. Wala akong nakain. Nakain ko lang isang pirasong mani before the start of the meeting, tapos isang pirasong mani pagkatapos ng meeting. Tapos meron isang negosyante na nagpayo sa akin. Sabi niya, pagkakausapin mo yung mga investors, ito ang gawin mo. Isama mo yung misis mo
Hmm.
para mas ano sila, mas, they will have empathy. Eh, tama-tama, si Kat, my wife, buntis nung panahon na yun. Eh, di mas ano sila, mas mabait and so challenging yung chan mo, di ba? Parang umiikot, may mga butterflies in your stomach, hindi ka
I felt that.
makatulog. I'm sure, lalo na yung sayo dahil ang dami mong, compared siguro sa akin, baka 3, 4, 5 times more yung mga kinausap mo. Baka nga everyday may meeting ka no? Sino ba sabay mo ba sila? Isa-isa lang?
Isa-isa lang, hindi kaya.
Hindi pwede, sabay-sabay.
Iba-ibang needs, iba-ibang way of talking to each person.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yung iba naman, blessing din, no? May mga iba na kaintindi talaga. Appreciate ko rin yung mga nasa church community. So, meron ako may mga naglagay din, no? I remember, just to give you, no? Actually, na-vlog ni isang sikat na vlogger. Hindi ko na sabihin, pero feature niya sa vlog niya, nasunog din yung goods niya.
Parang kilala ko yan. Okay.
Okay, so, after nung sunog, no? Ang unang sinabi sa akin, Charles, gusto mo ba, can I donate money to you? So, sabi ko, hindi na bro. Alam ko nasunugan ka rin. So, no need. Pero yung iba lang, he move in abundance. Yun yung sasabihin ko, Jason.
Wow, amazing.
It's a blessing na, Charles, do you need money? I can help you right now. Kahit siya nasunugan. So, until now, I won't forget that. Gusto ko i-shoutout pero sige na. Para required siya sa heaven na lang. Meron pa kami, ito, sample ko sa church community when they heard na nasunugan ako, no? They wanted to donate. Sabi yan, Charles, mag-donate ako sa'yo. Never ako nakatanggap. Kala ko pastor lang binibigyan ng pera kahit ako. So, meron isang couple, nagbigay sila ng pera sa akin. It's very small amount na. Sabi yan, it's a reminder lang na gusto namin mag-plant ng seed from nothing to something. So, it's a reminder for you na bless ka ni God, and this is one way to show it. So they sponsored a push cart for me. So they bought a push.
Cute.
They gave me money to buy my first push cart worth 5,000 pesos.
Wow.
So something like that, no? Sabi ko nga, I was so amazed with people approaching me, Charles, meron kang credit line sa akin, ganyan. Yun nakaka-humble talaga yun. Nakaka-humble that those people na hindi mo man nilapitan, but they message me. Sabi ko, wow. Yeah. Galing na si Lord.
Bakit ako iba experience ko sa'yo? Yung nag-guest ka sa akin, pinadalang ka ng pagkain, sabi mo sa akin, oh, bro, cash mo na lang.
Sinabi ko ba? Sorry.
Kala mo naman, pang 1 year supply yung binigay ko ng pagkain no? Sa akin yung experience ko before, may mga yung nawala lahat. May isa, sabi niya sa akin, oh, okay lang yan, ganun talaga business. Yung isa naman, ano yung next business natin? Shock ako the trust is there. Pero meron din yung mga iba na nagalit sa'yo. Merong isa nagalit sa akin. Funny lang. Dahil she's a family friend, nagalit sa akin. Hindi ako pinansin ng mga more than 1 year. Tapos, to cut the long story short, yung medyo naging okay na, nag-birthday ako. Meron akong parang surprise birthday. For some reason, di ba pag birthday, ang dami nagdadala ng cake? Itong birthday na to, walang nagdala ng cake. Kahit isa.
Okay.
Hulaan mo, sino nagdala ng cake?
Buti nandoon siya.
Imagine mo. Wala nagdala ng cake. Siya yung nagdala ng cake. But, amazing. Tama yung sabi mo, lahat ng bagay na pag-uusapan. With the people that I have encountered, maniwala ka man or hindi, yung pinakamalaki na nakita ko na negotiate, 28 million.
Mm.
Binayaran lang niya 1 million. Dahil yung business niya wala na talagang maibigay.
Mm.
So he had to give, and he was open, he was transparent, shared na ito yung nangyari. If you wanna get something, ito yung pwede kong bigay. Kung hindi, kailangan mong pumila, just like all of my suppliers. And the supplier accepted that amount. Hindi naman siya nanloko, of course. That was really the only amount he can give. So lahat ng bagay na pag-uusapan, wag lang tayo, parang sabi mo kanina, mayabang or magalit sa mga tao. I mean, hindi magalit, but hindi, ano yung sabi mo kanina? Parang,
Huwag mo gagalitin pa
wag mong
masyado.
gagalitin.
Ah,
Masyado.
Huwag mo nagagalitin isang taong galit na. Parang gano'n. Huwag mo dagdagan pa.
Yeah. And at
Yeah.
least, alam mong malinis naman ang konsensya mo. That's
Yes.
the most important of all. So, Charles, maraming salamat. We've talked about so many things. So now, before we close, what's happening with you now? Ano na yung next phase ng business mo?
Yeah, ang maganda dyan, no, we got invited to an accelerator program in Singapore for those businesses na may potential to grow bigger and to make more impact in the country. So, yeah, and we've been being observed yung company right now natin kung how much impact that we're doing. So, I'm really involved in impact investing. If you will try to learn more about it, no, it's basically there are investors out there who are not really after primarily the profit, but more of the impact that you make. So they invest on those companies na
Impact
merong
investing. So they're
legacy.
investing in companies that can give the biggest impact. So yung return on impact, kumbaga ang hinahanap nila yung ROI. Is that it?
Yes, primarily. Secondarily is yung profit.
Yeah.
So ang goal nila is nakakatulong ka ba sa Pinoy? How do you elevate the quality of life? How do you bless other people? Etc. etc. So that's yun yung kung saan ako dinadala ni Lord ngayon.
So these groups, if ever they would invest, no, so this will make your businesses reach bigger, and kumbaga.
Yes, that's the goal. How can your business grow bigger and impact more lives? So yung impact is very very general word, but in short, paano mo bibigyan kita ng isang example, no? So ang one of impact is how can you help yung mga nasa minimum wage to get higher wage, or how can you help a sector in the society, example natin mga deaf or sexually trafficked people, how can you train them, how can you give opportunities to them, etc. etc. So basically impacting other people and showing the love of Christ and be a blessing to them. May mga ganong company. So guys, if sa third na episode namin ni Jason, no, pag naka-raise ako ng funds, I will share to all of you kasi money is not a problem.
Ninong!
Money should not be a problem. Okay? Nakita ko na how Indonesia did it. So, ibig sabihin, Indonesia is being invested a lot of money. Okay, through impact, through venture capitalists, through ganyan-ganyan. Sila yung, we are next to downland to Indonesia, no? Pero inuuna lahat nila doon. So I've seen how they do it, no? And I hope we can do it in the Philippines. And someday it will grow. Ngayon mo lang narinig impact investing, di ba? We can talk more about it soon. And I've seen there are big companies out there who are willing to invest on that.
Yeah, you're right about that. Money is not a problem. There's so much moving around, but yung mga magiging stewards of those opportunities and the money, that's a different story. Kaya pagdating sa mga taong nag-iisip, kailangan ko ng pera to start a business, or I need a huge capital to have a good business, that's not really true eh. Kumbaga, you have to really grow your abilities first, and tsaka napakinggan nyo rin tong episode, nakita natin yung importance ng character, a good name. Bible talks about that. A good name is better than riches. To be esteemed is better than silver or gold. Kasi if you have a good name, silver and gold, 240 days terms follows. Diba?
Thank you sa supplier ko na nakikinig ngayon. Yes.
Pakilala mo nga sa akin ang supplier na yan. Ninong na rin ang tawag ko. So, ikaw, how do you create impact in your business? And how should one create impact in their business? Or not just in their business, probably in general.
Yes, no, magandang question yan. No? So I've been attending to a parang program in Singapore. They teach us how to do it. Pero to give you a short narrative of it, no, impact should change within yourself, in your heart. First, then in your employees before you impact other people. So how do we do it? No? So nag-change yung mission and visions ko. Nag-change din yung pananaw ko of my culture. In short, from being kasi ganito lang yun, yung framework ng mindset namin. We were trained exploitative. I win, you die. Ganun yung, for me to grow, for me to succeed, and to kill all competitors, etc. Ganun yung mindset. So, hindi masyado mataas magpasahod, etc. Very exploitative yung galaw.
Or buy them out, diba? Yung mga ganon. Yeah?
Sobrang niloko mo yata ako eh. Pero, ibig sabihin ko, yung culture natin is I win, you die. Then there's another way of doing business, being ethical, which is I win, you win, I pay you, you pay me.
Yeah.
Very transactional, no? And the last part is being redemptive. Redemptive is the mindset is I sacrifice, we both win. So it's totally different of just being ethical. You go beyond na yung out of control of being redemptive is trusting God. Lord, if you want me to do this, if you want me to bless my employees, if you want me to bless other people, so I have to sacrifice. Hindi pwede transactional. Kasi kung transactional, alam mo kagad di balik eh. May control ka kagad eh. But being redemptive is surrendering your processes, surrendering your branding, surrendering your product, surrendering everything to the Lord and expect something na, Lord, you will bless me. This is contradicting to the marketplace studies or marketplace practices. But it's just relying, parang tinights mo yung negosyo mo. Kasi pag pera tinatights natin, kontrolado pa natin eh, 10%. Okay? Pero ito, yung proseso, yung branding, hindi ka magiging exploitative. You gather data, you be truthful, you be honest, you be transparent, ganyan. So it's a different way of doing it.
Amazing. And I think that can be our third episode. That alone, I think, is a good, will take a good chunk of our time, no? And ako din, habang kinikwento mo ngayon, it's, yung utak ko naglalaro na those are concepts that I just heard now. It's usually win-win eh. There's nothing beyond that eh. But they have that kind of perspective, no? Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting topic. Impact investing.
Ito yung book na yun, pinaaral namin sa Singapore. No? So, A Rule of Life for Redemptive Entrepreneurs.
Wow.
So, meron siyang guide. So, you can check it. Sobrang nipis lang. So,
may extra ka ba?
You can, sige, bibigyan kita. Meron ako extra.
Ayan, papadala na kita ng food.
At saka yung book ni Tito Bonnie, maganda yun. Bonnie De Jesus. Yung Freedom to Create Wealth. Yeah, maganda yun.
Hey, will you be there on Friday ba? Or Saturday? Meron yatang event?
I will check. I will check my calendar.
Yeah, you should be there. The faith-driven entrepreneur event. So, alam mo ba si Kuya Bonnie, tuwang-tuwa ako. Kasi he wrote his first book, di ba? 72. Ako yung isa sa mga nambubuyo sa kanya. Kuya Bonnie, sulat mo na yan. Alam mo, maraming ganyan. And that was 3-4 years in the making. And then, grabe, no? It's never too late. Charles, maraming salamat. So much wisdoms, jam-packed, and so much, I guess, it's really understanding the presence of God, knowing how to move in the presence of God and knowing that God is in control, that God is not just your partner, God owns your business. And through that acceptance, you will also have the peace and the presence of God. Such an amazing time with you. Like before goosebumps. Ayun naman, mas goosebumps. Tsaka yung redemption story mo lang, no? From before and now. And I can't wait to interview you again. Maybe in a few months' time, in a year's time, where God is going to lead you next. Just amazing.
Yes. So thank you, Jason, for your time. No? So I hope I was a blessing to your listeners.
So much. Everyone, that is Charles C. Maraming salamat, the CEO of Dropify. CEO of what else? The other businesses? Stratquad, and his future businesses as well. And I can see this guy becoming one day a venture capitalist to invest in other businesses that can create impact. Everyone, this is Jason Law. You are listening to the Unique Life. Maraming salamat. God bless everyone. We'll see you again next week.